Hi, everyone, and welcome to the Cryptopolitan, your total source for all blockchain and crypto news. I'm your host, Satoshi Shawn. Before we get started today, I wanted to say thank you for everyone that stopped by and has watched the videos and has subscribed. We've got over 30 subscribers here and just been around for a couple of days. If this is your first time to the channel, please hit that subscribe button. We get videos out every day on all the breaking news and interesting news in crypto and blockchain. I wanted to say thanks to the Larry and Joe show. I was on there earlier today. They had moved off of YouTube and had moved their streaming show to D Live. Um, and let me give a shout out to the new channel. And several people came over and subscribed. Just wanted to say thanks for that. With no more ado, let's get into the news today and head over to the Cryptopolitan. We have a lot of news. First, in blockchain news, the the International Monetary Fund has made a statement about negative interest rates, which has kind of riled up a lot of legacy financial advisors as well as the cryptocurrency community. The International Monetary Fund recently documented the prospects held by the crypto industry. The IMF organization suggests has stirred orthodox economists and the crypto community. What they are talking about is allowing banks to go ahead and go to negative interest rates, which are ridiculous. Most people never even thought that was a real thing. But if they do that, it would effectively hurt anyone that tries to put money in their savings account. Um, Thereby, the idea, the crazy idea, is that would force people to not save and to spend their money and stimulate the economy. So basically, people's only uh, option will be to put their money under their mattress, hide it in a jar, whatever, and then be susceptible and open to theft, loss, or destruction. If you have a house fire and you have a bunch of cash, there's not really anything you can do. So definitely no security, and it's really, I mean, you're not losing, but you're definitely not getting any interest at all. So effectively compelling the public to expand principal of banks, which will guarantee a temporary inflow of capital to the market. But a number of economy and finance experts approve this would be a detrimental to the economy. Basically, just another band-aid that the legacy system would put onto the issue to try and hold back the economic collapse, which is coming. Just putting your finger in the dike before the whole thing breaks down and the flood comes. The crypto community has expressed concerns about the loss of financial freedom and is suggesting an alternative, which is Bitcoin. Um, Most legacy experts are talking about things like gold, art, real estate, that kind of stuff. Um, but it doesn't provide mobility speed. It's not cost effective, store value, all that for a cash substitution. Whereas Bitcoin, all those things plus the added security. Once again, if you have gold or art uh, and it's stored in your house, if you don't have insurance on that or added, taking out insurance on it, and there's a fire or there's a theft or something like that, it's just gone. Whereas if you have crypto assets, you put them in a hardware wallet, you have the backup. It's as long as you protect those keys, you're much safer when it comes to what you're putting in there. Bitcoin can avert state governments from convincing the public to conform to the fiscal guidelines that do not assist in a person's benefits. If banks start imposing negative interest rate on deposits, then citizens will effectively lose a percentage of their savings every year. So basically, they've screwed things up so bad for so long that now people will literally be paying for it every month if they put money into their savings account. Um, just shows how things are starting to really start rolling and where we're moving to in the industry. Also in Bitcoin news, Bitcoin price um, is going to retain greens and go above 5,500 despite what's going on. We do have a little dip going on. Bitcoin expert said that Bitcoin showing performance last week. The price is constantly raising, though its value declines. Right now, in the short term, not able to hinder the good performance. Is maintained support and should have hit above 6,000 I think that we're out of the bear market. Just my personal opinion, not the Cryptopolitan or anyone else. But I think that we're out of the bear market. I think we've had so much growth that it's just you can't really call it a bear market anymore. I don't think we have a huge spike. I don't think things are going crazy, but we're not constantly on a downward trend. Um, I do think the $6,000 mark is extremely important. I think it's very psychological, and I think it's a big sign to the bears that it's time to completely go away. That they don't really have any more control over it. The bulls are here, and we're going to start moving in a positive direction, in a more of a constant positive direction. Maybe not parabolic or crazy, but a more constant positive direction. Um, so definitely good news in Bitcoin. In more regulatory stuff, two people were arrested for almost $3 million in laundering drugs and other things through crypto. Not a huge story, not a really crazy thing. That's like it hasn't happened before. But crypto-related crimes are on the rise for quite some time now. Recently, two men were convicted for selling drugs and illegal substances in crypto. Along with this, these men were involved in money laundering by using cryptocurrencies and Western Union payments. Now, the two men have been convicted are Callaway Crane and Mark Sanchez. They were also the people behind the Next Day Gear. Next Day Gear is a website on the dark web that manufactured and sold illegal substances, including Xanax, Valium, and Viagra and steroids. It's a lot of V's. They really that stuff really hangs out at the end of the alphabet there, doesn't it? Valium, Viagra, and Xanax. Anyway, the reason I think this is so interesting is because it's happened in New York. As of now, this is the first for the first cases of crypto misuse to have occurred in New York. On the 16th of April, a similar case emerged, and the people pulling the strings were caught. So their sentencing is set for July. I think it's July 12th. So I'm really curious to see because New York is one of I think the most unfriendly state in the United States when it comes to crypto. I'm really curious to see what kind of a penalty these guys get. I'm willing to say it's going to be the max, if not the max, very close to the max. But I think they're really going to hit them because of the use of crypto. So definitely a story we're going to be following and check up on that when the sentencing happens in July. Some good news. Nike is going to launch Crypto Kicks. It's a cryptocurrency, and they have filed a patent for it. Uh, this is definitely a supply chain logistics, which supply chain logistics one of the best use cases for um, blockchain. Period. But from what it looks like, they're going to expand that and use this crypto for more of a Nike ecosystem. The famous shoe company Nike has is currently working on a project and filed a trademark in commerce for the purpose of their asking efforts to gain security over the CryptoKicks brands. This collaboration will provide the company to meet its goal effectively. Um, Now, when it comes to, I think I would say, I mean, there's supply chain logistics for things like Gucci and really super high end stuff, but Nike is really the high end of the commoner. Um, someone shells out a couple $100s for shoes. Um, can you imagine if they had an app? If you're in high school and you've got an app and you know someone's going to scan your shoes, you can't really buy knockoff shoes. It's much more important to get the brand name. If you're going for the brand name and that's what you want, um, I think that counterfeiting is coming to an end here in the next few years. I think that blockchain is really going to be like this silver bullet that really shoots into the heart of counterfeiting these products. This new initiative will use blockchain technology by the shoe company. The basic purpose is to reach the maximum number of online customers in a safe and efficient way at the best method to launch its own cryptocurrency. Also, Nike intends to start a new services products linked with this cryptocurrency, like the creation of a whole online marketplace that will display shoes, clothes, and better provision of online store services. So pretty cool. Like I said, it's not just going to be the shoes; it's going to expand and they'll be able to use it for a lot more e-commerce and stuff like that. And also in supply chain logistics, another thing in industry news: 3G precious metals and blockchain tech to track war conflict metals. This is really, really cool. Blockchain technology is now influencing different industries like finance, health, law, etc., and empowering these sectors. It was originally meant to power cryptocurrencies, but has the potential for growth and therefore widely used by these industries. Stuff like land registration and a lot of other things. Governments are just hungry to institute blockchain technology because it's going to fix so many issues that have plagued mankind for centuries. Um, Now, this is a new thing. The World Trade Organization and the World Economic Forum believes that blockchain technology has a lot of potential for growth, especially when it comes to these new, they're precious metals, but they're not precious metals in that way. They're more industrial precious metals. There are some metals which are widely being used in the production of products like smartphones, and they're regarded as the new precious metals. They're known as 3TG, and these are titanium, tin, tungsten, and gold. The problem with these metals is an assurance to secure supply chain route. So what's happening is just like gold and diamonds, especially in Africa and other conflict areas, these metals are being used by bad actors to finance fights, wars, terrorism, and so on. So in recent times, many terrorist organizations are widely use these metals to buy weapons of destruction and empowering the organizations for doing attacks. Now, with the enactment and the UN and all the other regulation, blood diamonds are really have been stamped out. I have a friend that's a jeweler, and people don't want blood diamonds. They're very easy to spot now. So but this is much different because when you're talking about diamonds, you're talking about it's kind of like the Gucci handbags and stuff like that. It's very expensive and very small. When it comes to this kind of stuff, it's huge amounts of it because that are used in these industrial aspects of it. So the supply chain logistics to know the route from the mine to its final destination, to see where it would where there was any changes and be able to track it and track where it went and then where it came from, and then you would know not to purchase it from any of these bad actors. Pretty cool. Um, Head on over to the Cryptopolitan. Lots of other stuff there to check out. That's about it for today, the 26th of or 25th of April. If you have any questions or comments, please add them below. Appreciate it if you smash that like button for us. And like I said, if it's your first time here, please subscribe. You guys take care, and I will see you in the next video.